are you guys? I am coming at you from our bathroom. We got up this morning and worked out, showered, ate breakfast, started Bible reading, all that stuff. Today, I am going in to see my girl Sarah. She's gonna be chopping my hair just a little bit more. I think we're gonna go like about this length, so I thought I would vlog and bring you guys with me. We also have some exciting house updates. Well, not like crazy exciting, but definitely like this could be a really good one. So I thought I would just kind of bring you guys along for today, and then also, you know, just explain kind of where we're at in the house process. I know we've had so many different houses come up where I've been, you know, posting on Instagram and I'm like, we're touring a house or we're looking at a house. And I feel like at this point, there have been so many that like it's getting a little bit confusing. So I thought I would kind of break it down for y'all who are interested here on the vlog because I could actually kind of explain it a little bit more. But I do need to actually get going in the next kind of 30 minutes to go get my hair cut. I'm so excited. My hair is actually still a little bit wet, but I'm so excited to have it chopped. I think the shoulder length is gonna be really cute. So kind of in this general length. I have been loving the short hair. I just want it to be like a little bit shorter so that it's not like laying in front of my shoulders. I also think my hair grows really fast because I already feel like it's grown like an inch since I got it cut like a month ago. So yeah, I feel like I got it cut to here and it's already grown like a whole inch. So I'm gonna go in and get it cut, but I think she's also gonna be doing a little bit of like root touch-ups as well. So that's what we've got going on today. I'm going to get ready. I already washed my face and stuff because we worked out and I showered, but I need to put a little bit of makeup on so that I don't look terrible. I've been testing out these Rare Beauty foundation and concealer brushes, and I gotta say, these are some of my favorite brushes. I love the way that they apply liquid product, and the actual shapes are like perfect for applying foundation and concealer. I love the concealer brush for like under the eyes. Yeah, they're just like the perfect shape. So taking the Glossier Stretch Concealer and the Rare Beauty concealer brush and spot concealing and under the eyes a little bit. It's like the perfect brush shape for under the eyes. I feel like it's just like the most flawless finish. Looks really nice. I love this brush. Around the nose, like I said, under the eyes, it just like fits perfectly. It also fits perfectly on the eyelid as well if you put concealer on your eyelids. Setting my face with the Glossier Wilder setting powder. Gotta set the face. I've honestly just kind of stopped putting foundation under my bangs altogether just because, I don't know, I feel like you don't see it, and I'll put like whatever's left on the brush on my forehead, but I just don't really put much on under my bangs. But I do like to set under my bangs because that's where I get oily from my hair being up against my forehead, but the price you pay to have bangs. Bronzer, Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. It's like my favorite bronzer of all time. For my highlight, I've been using the Laura Mercier highlight in Addiction lately. It has like a little bit of a gold tint to it, so it doesn't actually like wash you out. And I feel like the gold is actually like a really kind of pretty summer glow. Just makes you look really like sun-kissed and dewy. So I really have been loving this highlight. When I got it, I was like a little bit worried that it was gonna look too golden, but it actually doesn't show up like super gold, which is nice. But I feel like it just gives you like a really soft glow that isn't like a super harsh kind of highlighted look. For my eyes, I've been using the Charlotte Tilbury palette lately. This is called the Super Nudes Easy Eye Palette, and it has two kind of sets that you can use, like these three or these three. I don't really go by that. I kind of mix them all around, but they have like really pretty neutrals that I like, and they're not shimmer shadows. They're more like matte, so on days where I don't want like super shimmery looks, I really like this palette. I feel like most days though, I usually wear like a shimmery look, but yesterday and today I've been like really liking kind of the more subtly nude colors. It's also raining today, so I don't really feel like going crazy on the makeup because I'm like, well, if it's gonna rain, I don't really wanna do my makeup and then get stuck in the rain. For my lips, I'm gonna wear the ILIA Beauty Balmy Gloss in the shade Only You, which is this really pretty shade here. And that's it. It is a very gloomy day outside, but I want to show you the makeup the best I can so you can kind of see what everything looks like. Really, really clean and simple, but now I'm gonna get dressed and head to my hair appointment. This is my outfit of the day. I've got on this cute little Madewell top. I just got this in my most recent haul, which I will link down below. This little Everlane bag. I love how just out of the way and simple and just sleek it is. It's in this beautiful kind of like dark brick red. And then I have been wearing these Everlane jeans non-stop. These are like a patchwork jean. They are so stinking cute on high-waisted, really, really flattering. And then y'all know, if you follow me on Instagram, I have been just wearing my clogs non-stop. They're actually super, super comfortable. I got these in my most recent Everlane haul, which actually isn't out yet. So the jeans and the shoes are actually not out on my YouTube channel yet, but you will see a haul coming very soon with these pieces. I just couldn't wait to wear them. But this is my outfit. And if you guys don't follow me on Like to Know It or on Instagram, I post all of my outfits pretty much daily over on my Like to Know It page. And that's like one page that you can shop every single one of my past outfits. So if there's any outfits that you've seen on my Instagram where you're like, where did she get that? I saw she wore that last week. I have a Like to Know It page which has everything. So I'll link my Like to Know It down below, and you can like download the app or just follow me on there, and that way you can always see where things are from, links and all that stuff. I also post a lot of makeup looks on there as well and have all of the products and shades linked for those. So my Like to Know page is kind of my just like overall like link page where I just put everything that I'm wearing throughout the week. It's not as curated and as like aesthetic as my Instagram, but that's what I really like about it, is I can just throw stuff up on there and you guys can find it super easy. So be sure to check that out if you've ever wondered about outfits or just links in general. But this is my outfit of the day. It is so stinking happy and springy even though it is raining outside. This is the salon like waiting room. I don't know if I've ever showed you this, but this is what the place looks like. I also just realized that I forgot to wear all of my rings, so my hands feel very naked today. And then this is Sarah's room. So she's in her own personal room, which is really nice because it's just very peaceful in here. This is her little setup. I've been going to her for forever. She used to be at a salon, but I actually really like that she's in her own like kind of private room now. Alright guys, this is the new cut. What do you guys think? We officially have short hair. I realized that my last haircut was technically more medium length, but it was very short for me. But now we have officially crossed the line and we're in the short hair club. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. I love this length because I don't feel like anything is like on my shoulders. It's just very light and super, super cute. So Sarah did such a good job. I'm gonna put her info down below if you're in Nashville. She is literally the best, so check her out. But I'm gonna go home, show Jaywaz my haircut. Actually, I think he's out at a coffee right now. I'm gonna head home, and then maybe when he gets home, we'll vlog a little reaction, even though it's not that crazy. She did touch up the roots. So the roots are like super soft, really good dimension, while also keeping it like this blonde. So I love it. I just got home. We've been testing out leaving Riley outside of her crate when we leave. She's never been a chewer, but for some reason I always just feel more peace of mind when she is in her crate when we leave. But we've been testing out this new system here, and I got home, I opened the door, and where was Snuggly Bear? Snuggly Bear was snuggled on the couch. Oh, it didn't even get up. Normally she'll like run to the door to greet us, but you didn't even get up. You're so snuggly. You didn't even want to say hi when I got to the door. I literally walked in and she's making eye contact with me, and she's just on the couch and she's just like flopping her little tail, and she's just like I'm not getting up for you, Mom. You didn't want to get up? Oh, Snuggle Bear, say hi. Guys, Riley's a bandana dog now. Look at her cutie little bandana. Bandana dog. You look very pretty in your bandana. All right, Jay West is home. We're gonna see if he likes it. He told me to go crazy with going shorter. He was like, just cut it all off. So he likes it. What'd you think?
Looks good.
Like it? Did I go too short, or do you like it?
No. I thought you were gonna go short.
Shorter?
Yeah. Looks great.
I couldn't go shorter.
I like it.
Say hi.
Hello.
Hello, hello. It's the next day, and I don't want to break a nail. My nails are holding on. We're at 3 weeks as of now, but trying out a new flavor of LaCroix. This is guava. This one's pretty good. Jay Waz tried out the beach plum one, and he said it was not good. Black raspberry, very, very good. Guava, very refreshing. I hope you guys don't mind, but I just thought I would catch you guys up on quite a lot of stuff. I have been talking about a house over on my Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, follow me here. I kind of update like in real time. Obviously with vlogs, I have to film them, and then we have to edit them, and then we have to get them up. So like vlogs can be anywhere between 1 to 4 to 5 days late as far as like stuff happening. So I basically just wanted to kind of give you guys a rundown of what's been going on with this house stuff, because I have been just posting a lot on stories about different houses, and I know at this point it's getting a little bit confusing because we've looked at so many houses. But basically, if you guys watched our Michigan vlog, Jason and I, while we were in Michigan, we found a house in Nashville that we really, really loved. Long story short, we ended up sending my mom and grandma to tour that one while we were out of town, and the foundation had some issues, and the house, because it's just a crazy, crazy market, was being sold as is. And so we just were like, that doesn't feel very safe, and we didn't feel confident in that house, so we just completely let that one go. With every house, we just asked the Lord to close the door. We were like, God, if you don't want this to be our house, make it really, really obvious. And a foundation issue is very, very obvious. I take that as an obvious sign to not get a house. So basically, before we had left for Michigan, we had been talking to some friends of Jason, and they were talking about selling their house since last year. And in our minds, this was kind of like a no-brainer house. This house is further out of town. It's on the opposite side of town that we want to be in, but it has everything. The square footage, the high ceilings, it has basically no renovations unless we want to. It also has a full studio basement, and we ended up looking at that the weekend after we got back from Michigan. And when we were walking through it, we just felt like fine about it. Like, we really liked the house. We just really don't like that location. It's just not even sort of on our list of places that we really want to be in Nashville. And so we kind of were like, well, I mean, they said that they weren't going to list it if we wanted it. It's below our price. We wouldn't have to reno it. It would be great for work, blah, blah, blah. It basically was kind of like, we should maybe just do this. But the next morning we woke up and we went to church, and we went on a walk after, and we were just kind of like, this is just like not feeling right. I don't know, on paper it makes sense to go for this, like we should definitely just like do it because it just makes sense, but something in our hearts it was just like, something about this doesn't feel right. So we ended up going on this walk, and we're basically like, God, with every other house, you have literally shut the door in the craziest ways, like just the most creative ways, all very, very different. And I feel like once we actually get the house, I can go into detail about literally the freaking journey that we've been on, where God has just protected us from so many situations. But basically, this one, we were just like, God, there's really no way that this door is going to close unless you bring something up in the neighborhood that we dream of living in, which is the neighborhood of that first house we ever looked at back in January. And I can post that video in the description box, because that house in that neighborhood, we just fell in love with. We really felt a lot of peace in that neighborhood. We really felt like that neighborhood is where like God had us. And it's been really interesting because with every house that's come up since then, we're always comparing it to houses in this one specific neighborhood in Nashville. And so we were kind of like, God, like the only way we'd ever say no to this house with the studio in it is truly if a house came up in this desired neighborhood that we really want to be in. And I was having a moment where I was just kind of like frustrated, because I was like, there's no way, houses are just not coming up. And even if a house does come up, it's an older neighborhood, so they're all renos, and we can't spend top of budget and reno. And I was just like so frustrated. And I literally listed off on this walk everything that I would need to be proven that this isn't the right house. Like I literally was like, the only way that I would ever say no to this house, the one with the studio, is if a house came up in our desired neighborhood. It was a 3-bedroom with a basement, and it wasn't a reno project. And I'm not even kidding you guys. The same day, a house came up in our desired neighborhood, 3 bedrooms, a basement, painted black, completely renoed. And that was a really cool moment of just feeling the Lord. Like I literally felt God just be like, I see you guys. I'm in this. I'm holding your hand through this. I've said no to so many things. I've closed so many doors, but I'm listening. And it's been cool because I feel like even though we haven't found a house yet, God has spoken every time that we have asked him to, and in the most just crazy, wild ways that I'm truly like, it can't be anything but the Lord protecting us, because every time we're like, this is a no-brainer. There's no way we are not going to get this house. Literally, when we pray, God, shut the door. If this isn't right, he moves, and he seriously, I feel like has protected us from so many different random situations. And even if we don't get this house, so this house in this neighborhood, this desired neighborhood, we're going to go look at today, and it's gonna be an open house. So I'm probably not gonna vlog because there's probably gonna be people there. This is gonna be a fight to the death for this house. There's still a really good chance we won't get it, so I just want to put that into the air that I can't even guarantee that this is our house. But this house coming up on the day that it did was literally the Lord answering our prayers, and it was the sign that we needed to close the door on the other house that we just were like, I don't know, maybe it makes sense, but like, why don't we really want to be there? God, like show us if we're supposed to be here or not. And it was just such an obvious sign. It was literally tailor-made sign to what we needed to be convinced that like God has something different for us, and it's not that house. So yeah, I've got to be totally honest. I've been so frustrated at this whole process. Like I have cried a lot. I've been angry a lot. I've been asking God, why? Like, what are you doing? Why did the timing of all this happen? Like, we did everything right. We paid off our debt. We did the 6-month emergency fund. We did the year emergency fund. Then we did our retirement. And then we saved 20% of our down payment. And like, why, when we did everything right, didn't line up with the worst historical time to buy a house? And I just feel like this past week where like this house came up in this neighborhood was literally like a tap on the shoulder from God, just being like, you know what, I've still got you, and like I still have something that's for you. These houses are not for you, but I have something for you. And so all we can do now, right, is to trust that, you know, when we take steps, the Lord will either close the door for stuff that isn't right for us, or he will walk with us as we keep taking steps. And so today we are going to be walking through this house. We're going to also walk through it tomorrow because we have a showing tomorrow. We haven't loved a house as much as we love this house. I say that in about every house, don't I? But like this neighborhood, I'm telling you guys, it is where we feel like we are supposed to be. And it just brought back that feeling from that first house that we ever walked through back in January, where we just were like, this neighborhood is home to us. Like, this is where we feel the Lord leading us, and I don't know why, but like we just can't get this neighborhood out of our mind, and it's where we feel peace, and it's where we feel excited, and it's where we feel a lot of joy. And so we're gonna walk through it today with my family during this open house. We're gonna walk through it tomorrow. We're gonna try to put an offer in. Basically what happened with the mid-century modern house, the one with the gorgeous wood fireplace, I mean that beautiful home, it ended up selling for $150,000 over asking. They also waived the inspection and they waived the appraisal, which does not happen unless you are literally in a housing crisis, which is like right now, like where inventory is so low that people are literally like, I'll give you this much in cash, 150 over, don't do the appraisal, don't do the inspection, I want it, I don't care if it's completely crap, like give it to me. So we're hopeful, but not really too hopeful about the one that we're looking at today, because the good news is that it is below our budget to where we can actually really go after this one. With the last one, we were only able to go 25 over, which in a normal market is a lot over. Like that's like you get the house if you put that over. Not right now. So the good news is that it is listed far below our budget, so we can really go after this one. Where we might lose it is if somebody comes in and is like, well, I'll pay the exact same thing but in cash, and also don't do the appraisal, and also don't do the inspection. We don't feel super comfortable with waiving an inspection or waiving the appraisal, because with the appraisal, they're basically, well, they have to do the appraisal, right? And we ended up asking our mortgage lender, because honestly, we're the first time home buyers and we didn't understand the appraisal thing very well. But basically what happens is when you buy a house, the mortgage company or the bank or whatever appraises the house and basically looks at it and goes, okay, this is what the house is actually worth. If you are overpaying for a house than what it's actually worth, typically you can go back to the seller and be like, your house only appraised for this, we'll give you X amount over what it's appraised for. Or in a normal market, it wouldn't be going that much over, right? So basically with these houses that are going 100, 150 over, even 50 over, it is a high risk for a bank and a lender to give you a loan for, let's say, 500K, right? If a house is only worth 400K, because basically they're banking on being paid back. Like they want to make sure they're getting their money back, and they're not going to get their money back if you end up selling your house for $415 5 years later, right? Like if it only appreciates $15,000, you way overpaid $100,000, it only sold for $15,000 later, the bank needs that money, right? So basically, we talked to our mortgage lender and he was like, you can go over if you want, but what happens is that you're gonna have to pay the difference. So whatever the house gets appraised for, you're basically going to have to pay that out of pocket in cash, because they need their money and they're not going to take a risk on a loan if the house is appraising for 50 to 100 less than what the house is actually worth, because they're not going to get it back. So long story short, we're going to try to get this house. We're going to do everything we can. At the end of the day though, we just have to trust the Lord, because that's really all you can do. All you can do is put your best foot forward, give it all you have, and just pray that if it's the right house, the Lord will make it happen. And if it's not, that he will shut the door, because he has shut the door so many times. I want this one to be it so badly. I don't want this to be another lesson learned. But what's really cool is last night I ended up getting dinner with my friend Mary Helen, and she was just telling me about how she got furloughed during COVID and she applied to so many jobs, and a lot of them she was overly qualified for, and she just got rejection over and over again. And then finally, when she literally was like, I'm just gonna apply to this, because like what's literally the worst that could happen? Like I'm definitely not gonna get this job. I'm not even this qualified for it, but this is a dream job and I might as well just try, right? She was afraid to try, but she did it, and she ended up landing her like dream job, and she's thriving there. And that just like gave me so much hope, knowing that like God is gonna close the door on so many things that I think are right for us. Like I feel like there are so many houses where I was like, this is gonna be perfect, this is it. In the same way that like she also thought so many jobs were like the right fit, right? And I just feel like it gave me so much hope to know that like, okay, God landed her where she didn't even know she could thrive in. Like she didn't even know that she wanted this job so much until she was even in it. And I just feel like in the same way, like God is gonna land us in a house that we might not even realize that we're gonna absolutely love. And he is never late. His timing is gonna be absolutely perfect. And even though, you know, it's not according to our timing, right? Like, I wish we could have found a house back in February, but I just am like, God has done so much. He has brought us so far. When I look back on our lives and our testimonies, God has truly walked with us this entire way. And so who am I to doubt that now the housing market is just too crazy for God to like work through? You know, like, we've learned so much through this process, and it has been at times really challenging to share online because I hate showing up with disappointment after disappointment. And I've definitely had to work through feelings of feeling like a failure, or feeling like why can't I buy a house? Like, why can't I do this? When it comes down to like, it is just the circumstances, and it's not me, it's not anything I'm doing or anything I'm not doing. It is truly just like the timing of it. I don't know. I feel like the Lord has taught us a lot through this process, and I am just really grateful that I've really chosen to share the good, the bad, and the ugly here on my channel and on Instagram, because I have just been so encouraged by y'all's DMs and your YouTube comments. I just feel like y'all have really understood, and a lot of you guys who have been through the house buying process have been so encouraging, and I just feel like I've been able to at least shed some light on like what buying a house is actually like right now. And I'm just so grateful. To say that like this is wasted is just not true. All of this frustration, all of these closed doors, all of these no's, all of the disappointment, like I'm one of those people that truly believe that nothing is wasted and that everything is used by God for his glory. And I know that this housing process is like not ideal, but I see him in it, and I see his goodness in it and his protection in it. And so I just have to trust that whatever he really does have for us like is out there, and I just have to be patient and I have to be content in the waiting. But speaking of which, we have talked also about the idea of possibly ending our lease here and renting somewhere a bit nicer, just because we have our down payment already. We have been living really, really below our means for the past year and a half, and every single dollar that we've like made, we have put into saving, and we already have our down payment now. So we're kind of like, it would probably be a lot easier to wait out this crazy housing market thing if we were in a place that we really enjoyed. So I don't know, we might be moving regardless whether we get this house or not. We might be picking a like nicer place, a little bit closer into town. But I just feel really at peace about this one. Doesn't mean I think we're gonna get it, because honestly I really don't. But I do feel like the Lord spoke through this house regardless. And I'm just really grateful that through this whole process, I feel like I've been just very clearly hearing the voice of God. And that has been really, really cool, because I just feel like he's speaking in these moments. So that's the update. I'm gonna end this vlog here because I want to start a new one and walk you through the house and keep you up to date as much as I can. If you enjoyed this video, you enjoyed being a part of this housing process, please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. And if you're new here and you want to stick around for some more videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on this house stuff. And I will see you guys in my next one very, very soon. Bye, y'all.